Welcome everyone to episode 3 of the Smashcast.
Woohoo! Hi.
We haven't been kicked off the air yet.
Yay!
I am here with the commissioner,
Yes.
Yvonne,
Hey.
and I'm
Otherwise
Bill.
known as the girl.
The girl.
I'm not the girl.
Well, you're the girl for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
You're the only girl in the store.
That's because every other one wants to just quit.
Well, they're stupid.
Okay, let's.
Who would want to quit from here?
Okay, moving on from the store drama.
Oh no, that sounds stupid.
So, David, what do we have in Nerdly
The weekly
news?
weekly nerd news. I think
That
you
doesn't
say
roll
that.
off the tongue.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like it. You know, I want to retain things. I don't want to have them just roll off.
Okay.
What's new this week? They've announced that Patsy Walker will reprise her role on Jessica Jones season 2, but become her superhero identity of Hellcat. So that's exciting. Hellcat's a fun character. That could possibly introduce Damien Hellstorm, the son of Satan, who eventually becomes her husband. So that's an interesting little piece of tidbit.
That'd be
news.
interesting if they go that supernatural route.
I would like it, because Hellstorm is a cool character. Actually, the son of Satan. So. But he's good. He's a good boy. Let's see, Megacon news. We're past one guest.
All right, that's a
Megacon has announced that Adam West and Burt Ward will be making a stop on their final convention tour that's been going on for about 15 years now.
And they'll be sitting side by side and
doing
pleasantries with each other because they're the best
they
of friends.
love each other so much.
Yes.
Maybe the death of Yvonne Craig brought them together. Who knows?
Maybe. So
But
this is
they'll
their
be there.
farewell tour.
This is supposedly a farewell tour, but it's been going on for years. It's like Garth Brooks. How many times is the man going to retire? So they'll be there signing autographs for lots of money and doing photographs for lots of money.
Yes.
Also, they announced that Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith, and Jason Mewes will be recording a podcast from the premises of Megacon. Now, it's not a Megacon event because you have to buy a hard ticket separately to go to
okay.
it. And they're not there for autographs and pictures. So Megacon is piggybacking them to try and I guess boost the fact that they have some big name guests, which they actually don't. So
Well,
I
they
just
have
don't want
Stan
Megacon to mega
Lee,
suck.
but-
Well, that will at least Kevin Smith will bring in some fans.
Yeah, but they're going to be pissed when they find out he's not
It's a
at the
separate
convention.
ticket. Well, I think they'll probably be in one of the auditoriums, one of the rooms.
It will. It's like a couple of years ago when they had the cast of Star Trek: The Next Generation. They were all in the show though, and they all signed autographs and did panels. But if you wanted the panel with all 10 of them, you had to get a hard ticket separately.
Yeah.
This for the Kevin Smith show, unfortunately, it is all hard tickets.
And there's some
Now-
more of that.
How much more?
They haven't announced that. Prices will be announced closer to the event date.
Great. Okay.
So they have to determine how much they have to charge to save themselves from sinking.
We're seeing
Yeah.
more of that with podcasts. The Nerdist does that quite a bit. Comic-Con, it's a separate ticket.
Yep. It'd be different if they were in the show or as guests, but they're not. And every time they have scheduled these guys before, they've canceled. So I don't have a lot of stock that they're actually going to be there.
Gotcha.
That could be one reason they're not selling tickets yet.
All right.
But nobody else has been scheduled for Megacon. I'm scared. I'm very scared that it's going to mega suck.
I'll approach with caution.
Let's see, other nerd news. Like we touched on last week, George Perez has been nominated for the Eisner Hall of Fame. If you're an industry pro listening to this, which I know we have a few, please go vote for George, the most deserving and hardest working man in comics. And Star Wars, I think, passed $2 billion internationally finally. So over 900 million domestically and over 2 billion worldwide. So congratulations to everybody that's in the Empire and,
Well deserved.
and the Rebels. And yeah, I love them. Love them all, even Carrie Fisher. I'd give her a big kiss on the mouth if she was here right now.
So,
I would pay to see this.
is there any,
Let's get her in here. She'll do anything for money.
Do we have any more news on DC's Rebirth?
Nothing. There's a lot of rumors swirling. We know that they're ending the New 52 with issues
Finally.
number 52 of the books. Those will be their final issues. They are then going to have a month of number ones that are going to revisit previous books from the New 52. Like Katana, who had a very short-lived book, is going to get another issue. Then they're going to launch the whole new line of books in June, which we know stuff like Black Canary is being canceled, but Birds of Prey is being relaunched, starring Black Canary. Dr. Fate is being canceled, but the Justice Society is getting their own book back. Obviously, the big name, Superman and Batman, will still be out. They're actually going bi-weekly, Superman and Batman, twice a month for each of them. Everybody was upset that Scott Snyder was leaving Batman, but he's just moving to Detective Comics. So they're going to prop up the secondary Bat title. But it looks like DC's finally figured out what's not working, and they're going to try and promote some good stuff.
And are they going to be smart and bring back Supergirl?
They have to bring back Supergirl.
Okay.
I mean, look at. I mean, the show is just going leaps and bounds.
Yeah, well,
and
they canceled it.
Well, not the show.
I know. Yeah, I mean the comic.
But well, they did that when the movie came out in the '80s too. It's the same thing. But with the show is getting better exponentially every week. The ratings are growing, although the ratings weren't bad by any means. So I hope DC is in the business to make some money.
Yes.
And launches a new Supergirl book and get some quality stuff out there. Let's revisit the legacy that is DC Comics. That's always been their strong point, is their history. And instead of wiping it away and starting everything new, no, that's just a slap in the face to old-time readers and old-time creators and everyone else. So.
And speaking of Supergirl, this week's episode was, I enjoyed it. This was terrific.
I thought it was phenomenal.
Epic.
It was a really good breakout for, oh, by the way, folks, spoilers abound here if you haven't seen these shows yet.
Give the countdown. Turn it off in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Alex really saved the day. She really stepped up.
For the first week, I actually liked Alex.
Yes,
and I hate Alex.
Good.
Oh, this would have been a great place to kill her. When she actually did something good in my eyes, and they could have killed her right off. But I don't know. This romance is brewing between her and the Martian Manhunter is a little disturbing to me.
I don't see it as a romance.
I
more
do.
Working relation. I see it as more like a father figure.
No, he's going to duke her.
Oh, jeez. He's got the little romance. She has the little romance going with Maxwell Lord.
That's a flirtation, and it's going to be a love triangle.
But Maxwell stepped up and helped out a little bit.
She's going to have green babies.
She's what?
She's going to have green babies. We already know she likes the aliens because look at her. She's taken to Supergirl so much.
Well, they're sisters.
Well, not biologically.
I know.
Well, what'd you guys think of the end when Alex killed Astra? Is that her name? The ant?
It was a little sad. I don't like to see Kryptonians die because there's so few of them. But she was sort of a hokey character. So I think
Thank God I don't have to see that hair anymore.
The name. She was just. She. I think the character actually could have held the show back.
Yeah.
So I think going forward, having like a really truly evil Kryptonian in charge, not one that has a soft spot for her niece, will help the show, give it some edge.
I think both the character and the actor need to step up because he's just not that intimidating.
No,
right
not
now.
at all. Not at all.
Maybe he's
Just
holding back.
annoys me.
Maybe another Kryptonian can take over for him. Maybe
True.
they'll kill him off. Who knows? Maybe they can recast.
But I really
Maybe he'll grow up here.
It caught me off guard. Like I saw Alex, she had the sword, but I didn't know it was a Kryptonian sword. That was badass.
I didn't expect it. And the story before that, though, the Black Mercy, which was adapted from a classic Superman story.
Yep.
The Man Who Has Everything. It was just phenomenal. Very, very well done.
Yeah, you can really see the struggle for Kara.
It was nice seeing Little Kal-El
Yeah.
and Zor-El. Zor-El's one of my favorite Kryptonians. Never gets any screen time anywhere, but I really enjoyed him. It was, I'm a Kryptonian fan. So
Yes, and it was a
anything
nice.
Krypton.
They took another step in the characters for Wynn and Jimmy. They brought him in the DEO.
Yes.
Hank's wishes. So now
Yes.
I see them playing a bigger role in the DEO, which
And
is good.
Team Supergirl is actually firming up.
They can't stay in that abandoned lawyer's office
No,
forever.
I mean, somebody's going to figure that out eventually. Lucy,
Yeah.
or Channing Tatum will come in looking for his wife. I don't know.
I just think it becomes more of a family, more of a cohesive unit. They're all
Yes,
working together.
and they sort of made peace with each other, too.
Yeah, they did.
A lot of the strife that we don't really need all that romantic strife so much. And
I
it's
like
overpowering. A little bit is fine, but
I was really worried that they're going to turn Wynn into a villain and just get really upset and let his emotions get the better of him, and he really turned it around.
yeah,
That's
I like
great.
Wynn. Wynn's a really good character, and I like the actor. Jimmy's growing on me. James, pardon me. I don't like revamping of old school characters. I think Nerd Jimmy, because nerds are in, right?
Yeah.
So Nerd Jimmy would have been fine.
True.
If they stick a bow tie on Michaud Brooks.
I think they wanted a kind of a hunky looking actor to appeal to the female.
Then it could have been a different character. It didn't have to be Jimmy.
True.
Supergirl had a long-term boyfriend back in the 50s and 60s.
Sure, they could have made Wynn hunky.
Yeah, and Wynn is very similar to a character named Dick Malvern that she dated for a long, long time, and that could have easily been him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nitpicking. They're not going to listen to us, and the show's still phenomenal.
Yeah. Speaking of phenomenal, Flash.
The Flash just killed everything. It was amazing.
Incredible.
Amazing. Those little portals when they were traveling to Earth too.
Okay.
Yes.
We all saw the portal for Supergirl.
Everybody saw Supergirl.
Yes.
But I missed the one for 90s Flash.
I saw him, John Wesley Shipp, in his Flash costume.
Oh, that would be incredible.
Did you see the Legion flight ring?
No.
There was a Legion of Superheroes flight ring also. It was like a gold shield with an L on it that flew by. So that either means in the future Legion of Superheroes or Booster Gold, because Booster Gold had a stolen flight ring. So it's one of the two of those. Very, very exciting stuff coming in the future as a Flash. Is it going to keep hopping, or is this portal going to be open permanently to others?
That's what.
Well, he has to get in. Oh, I'm sorry.
I kind of had an idea that maybe he can't go back into his own portal, and so that's how he ends up in an episode with Supergirl. But
that's so far away, though.
Yeah, it would.
That's dragging it out. I don't know if they'll do that. We talked about that, and that one thing does disappoint me a little bit. I want them to be in the same universe.
But if he can go fast enough to run back in time or run forward in time, why can't he skip into another dimension if he gets even faster?
True,
He's
but
bending the laws.
It's just like I want her to be able to stop by and see the Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow too, though.
Yeah.
If we don't get that, I'll survive. I thought it was phenomenal. The fact that they dressed Barry like Silver Age Barry in his glasses and bow tie. We were talking about the talented singers on the show last week, and I totally forgot that Joe can sing.
I know.
He was on Rent.
Oh yeah, he can sing.
I totally forgot about Joe.
I love
The Justice Society placard thing.
Oh, I missed that.
When Barry went to the police station and looked up, and I'm like, Justice Society? And I'm an Earth 2 Silver or Golden Age fan too, so besides Kryptonian, so that got me jolly. Reverb I thought was fantastic, so we're obviously going to see Vibe get some more powers.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to disagree here.
Killer Frost, great character. I love her in the cartoons, but just too over the top in the show.
I loved her.
Oh, one of my
Yes,
favorite things
I
is
loved
killing
her.
people from other Earths. Like, oh, this is a daily thing for you. That's just so cheesy.
Well, she's crazy. I loved how they utilized her powers, though. And that is true. She had to absorb like the life force, the heat from people by kissing them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, she was originally a Firestorm villain.
Okay.
Back in the Bronze Age in the 80s, the original Killer Frost, and they kept her really true to character.
Okay.
She hated Firestorm with a passion. Hated him.
Why is she working with them then?
Well, this is the TV. I don't know what they're doing with that. And that's
Yeah.
Deathstorm.
Okay.
This is all
True,
flipped.
True.
So they kept her really close to character. I thought she was phenomenal. And it's great that we got to see Caitlin as Killer Frost without losing the integrity of the regular character.
Yes.
Which I've grown attached to.
She seemed like straight out of an 80s bad
She was.
action movie.
She was straight out of an 80s comic book.
And I guess that's what they intended.
And
they accomplished
it's like Barry out of the 60s, Caitlin out of the 80s. I mean, look at Reverb with his weird little ponytail and his shoulder padded things. Yeah. He was right out of the 80s as well.
And now we got a bit of a cliffhanger. Barry's captured by Zoom.
Yes.
And there were rumors going around about someone in one of the cells, the Man in the Iron Mask. Who could that be? One of the going rumors is it could be Wally West, and in this world, in Earth 2, he has his speed.
Could be. Although I think we would have known about that before, I would hope.
Oh,
That's
well,
true. Yeah,
I
Gay
saw...
Jerry would have known about that.
Yeah. And how about Jay Garrick stepping up as a Flash?
Yeah, that's good.
That was awesome. I loved it, even though it didn't last for very long.
Yeah.
It was great seeing him step up with his aluminum hat.
That was a cool power to punching.
Yeah.
I saw a rumor about who Zoom was, and
Don't tell us. We're a spoiler-free zone.
yeah, that's a joke. No, someone actually said it was possible that it was Jay Garrick, and he was just hiding the fact that he had his speed, that he never lost his
Who
speed.
said that?
I don't know, it was on some rumor website.
Oh, I want to punch them for being stupid.
And it slightly made sense, even though I know it's not him, because of the fact that every time Zoom shows up, Jay Garrick is nowhere to be seen.
Well, yeah, but he can't travel
Yeah,
back through the portal.
true.
And he wouldn't do that much good. He doesn't have this. Well, he is a scientist.
But he's not that good a scientist,
Yeah.
obviously. Caitlin's much better than he is.
Yeah.
And Cisco. And
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
voting
it was
for
just
Henry
a
Allen.
rumor. I was like, I already know it's not him.
Oh, and I'm sorry, backtracking just a little bit. The other panel from the portal was Green Arrow from the future. For the Dark Knight Returns, they showed Oliver
okay.
with the goatee and mustache, and I'm
By
like,
Stephen Amell.
yeah, it was Stephen Amell, who
Missing
is
an arm, right?
yes,
Yeah.
who's also going to be guest starring as that part on Legends of Tomorrow in a few weeks.
Oh, maybe there'll be Malcolm Merlin will be in that episode, missing with a robotic arm.
That
now
could
or
be.
something.
Is he gonna get a silver hand?
But Flash was they whoever is writing Flash has so much love for the character in the comics. It's amazing. They did
It's
such a
good.
great job.
I'm glad that they're not disrespecting the source material.
And Grant Gustin has really stepped up. And I don't know the name of the guy that plays Cisco, but I would kiss him on the mouth right now as well as Carrie Fisher because he's doing such a great job. He could be the breakout of the entire show.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely love him.
I still want that picture of him and Black Canary.
We'll have to ask him if they ever come to Megacon.
I'll call him after the show. I have his number.
And so moving on to Arrow, big power struggle between Nyssa and Malcolm Merlin. I'm so tired of
It's
Malcolm
over.
Merlin.
Well, I'm not tired of Malcolm Merlin. I'm tired of the League of Shadows or League of
The
Assassins.
Assassins.
Well,
yeah.
it
What
got
are they called on
disbanded.
this?
Show up anywhere.
They're done though. They finally, thank God, put a cap on season 3.
I would love. This is just me being warped. I would love to see a spin-off show of unemployed League of Assassins looking for work now. What are they going to do? What are your
They can work at Orange
qualifications?
Julius. They can slice the oranges.
I
like
can
that.
kill someone in 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
I just find that really weird that they can just disband it like that. Like, isn't there?
It was very abrupt.
Yeah.
It ran out its welcome after Ra's al Ghul in season 3.
Yes, it was too much of season 3.
Well, some people like you thought it was too much. I loved Matt Noble. I thought he really had a presence.
I did as well.
He was very commanding when you could tell he was in control. But once he was gone, I didn't see Malcolm or Nyssa in charge.
I just didn't think it was a storyline worthy of the entire season of Arrow last year. I like Nyssa, not as a leader. Nyssa's obviously a badass,
She's a
like
whiner.
assassin follower. Yeah, they turned her into a whiner.
I should be in charge. Oh, shut up.
I'm sorry, I've never heard a lesbian whine like that in my life.
You clearly don't know very many lesbians.
Well, why don't you introduce me to a few?
Yeah.
We'll have on the podcast next
She
week.
should.
Oh my gosh.
And she didn't try very hard to find Sarah after she came back to
No,
life.
I know, right?
Did she even try though?
No.
She just kind of asked how she was doing. She wasn't
Yeah,
really.
She didn't really care. She's a lesbian. Anyway, I'm kidding. I love lesbians. I have a couple coming to visit me today. And I'm not joking. Anyway, Arrow, though, I liked the episode. We got to see a
was
little
good.
bit of Laurel.
Yep.
You know, I always like Laurel scenes.
And
But they wrapped it up. They got Malcolm off that center line. Okay, he's going to be a bad guy.
yes.
Fine, there. Now
Yeah,
leave
quit-
him there. Quit
Quit
trying
trying
to
to make him a
rehabilitate
hero
him.
after all he's done. There's no redemption for him.
Exactly. Look what he did to his daughter. He's not a good guy. So they've established that. They got rid of the league.
And he can
This is still out there, so they can bring in for a guest star. So I think it wasn't the best episode, but it served its purpose.
And he can serve to add a little bit more oomph to Damien Dark, who is
Yes.
just too boring for my taste.
Yes. And Felicity's dad. That was great.
Yeah, that was
I
good.
liked that little tiny subplot.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, she-
In case you're wondering what all the noise is, we do have Magic players in the store today.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
that's what that is. We don't have people like looking at us like it's doofuses or anything. But it was all right. I'm used to more from Arrow, but it wasn't bad.
I would have liked more from the sword fight at the end. I know he was supposed to really look strong against Malcolm.
It was too quick.
It was too quick, and also just the choreography and the editing. I know Arrow is on a budget and they're on a time constraint, but when you show us an amazing fight the previous week between Nissa and Katana, one of the best sword
That
fights
was-
I've seen in
yeah.
the
I'd love
show.
to see so much more of that.
That type of fighting, but they just don't have the budget at a time. I get it.
I'd like to see Katana on Legends of Tomorrow.
She would be great.
Talk about a character who doesn't make a difference.
Yep.
Whereas, you have Hawkman and Hawkgirl and the Atom and these actual big name DC characters. She would have been great in that part.
Yes. She's a good actress, good character.
And she adds a little bit of
Well-
diversity to it. A character that doesn't have a huge background that they can
Yeah.
explore.
They never showed that she got killed, so
She still could.
can. Yeah.
But this Legends of Tomorrow this week, it was a good episode. It gave a lot of time to Dr. Stein.
Yes.
But what I feel Legends is doing, it's fallen into the trap of every character has to have something to do.
Yes.
And then you're forcing it in, like Kendra is turning feral. Oh, Sarah, you can train her.
But then Sarah turned feral
That's
again.
just-
And like we talked about last week, they got rid of her bloodlust, but now she's using it as a crutch saying she has it, which she doesn't.
Not
Yeah, I
every
was
character.
under the impression when she,
Yeah, Constantine fixed
like, when her
her.
soul, yeah.
I thought that he could just said, hey, Sarah, could you train Kendra because she can't fight for shit?
Yes.
Train her.
But she can make a damn good cup of coffee.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, now, the high point of the episode, again, as usual, Captain Cold.
Romancing the Russian scientist.
I love him. Valeria Vostok, who's a real DC character as well. She was an old Firestorm character. So he's amazing.
Yes. So I liked it when the plan stepped up and he was telling Heatwave or Rory, just get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one thing I am a little that it really is I'm sick of is Ray Palmer being such a bumbling idiot.
Well,
he's not
a scientist.
Yeah, but he's established though he's smart.
He's smart. He's not smooth.
But he's not a bumbling idiot either. I don't know.
If it comes to social skills like wooing a woman into giving over her credentials or spilling secrets, I don't see that as a strong point.
Yeah, but he's not. He's just a goofball of this show. I think they're wasting the character and the actor. Brandon Routh doesn't get all the accolades that he should. He's really quite good.
I just think they have enough brooding characters that it's nice to
Well, he
have
doesn't
one.
need to be brooding. I think he should be. Adam was always the hopeful, the shining, compassionate character, and he's not just not portrayed in that way in this. I mean, after everything he went through in the comics, and he got divorced. He's one of the earliest comic characters to get divorced, and his ex-wife went crazy and killed off his other superhero's wife, and then got killed. And he came through all that, and it's just.
Well, he lost his wife or fiance in the attack on Starling City.
Yes.
So he does have that tragedy.
But he's not building on it. It's just like, oh, she's dead. Yeah.
I like it. I think that with enough shows with enough darkness, it's nice to see a bumbling idiot. It's
I would like him to not be a dark hero. I would just like to see him heroic and like one of the leaders and the happy ones, like the Flash.
Okay.
In that way.
Maybe
I think
we'll-
Hawkgirl could be more of the brooding and.
It seems like with this approach, if every character gets some time, he's going to have his heroic. He did last week. He
Yeah, I
saved
hope so.
Kendra from the particles in her blood.
Yeah, that's true. But he was all Professor Stein had to coax him into it
Yeah.
because
Talk him.
he was too lame to do it himself. And I'm no. Anyway, he's the one character they haven't gotten a handle on, I don't think. I like the Stein background this week. I love
really good.
I love Professor Stein.
They really had a good falling out there. With,
Yes.
I forget the other younger guy's
I
name.
kind of like
Jax.
them together. They are good. I just still really like Ronnie more.
Yeah, but I like how they brought Ronnie out finally. And
Yeah.
that's why he doesn't want to lose another partner. And I'm like, it's about time somebody mentioned poor Ronnie, who's
Yeah.
I still think is out there. I don't think he's dead.
I don't think
but-
he's dead.
But I liked that they fleshed out Professor Stein some. And Victor Garber is magnificent in anything he touches. So give the man more scenery to eat, then I'll be happy. He's just awesome. And
Speaking
his
of
big ears.
scenery to eat, that's a good segue to The Walking Dead, which resumes
Sunday.
Valentine's Day. We don't know what's going to happen. I
We
haven't
know
watched
they're
any of the
escaping Alexandria.
Well, they're going to try to. Now,
And the
I'm
kid
not-
started whining.
I'm not going to give spoilers based on the comic, because if they follow the comic, we're in for a hell of a shock. There's a reason that they ended the episode right there as they're trying to get away, right as little Sam, his name starts
whining.
People thought, oh, that's kind of a lame cliffhanger there. No,
No,
because
it's a ledge
things
for
are
them
going
to
to
fall off
go
of.
bad.
Well, Andrew Lincoln in an interview just said that this episode made him sick to his stomach.
Yes.
I'm excited.
And then that gives me hope that they are going to stick to the comic. Maybe they'll add more to it, but it's not going to go well.
So order your chicken wings
You're not going to want to miss this.
and start
And if
watching.
you're watching it on DVR or you're renting
Avoid
it, watch
social
it Monday
media.
morning. Avoid social media because people will be talking about this.
I'm excited.
Speaking of which, since I stopped watching in season 3, what the hell happened to Glenn?
Nothing.
Nothing?
He's still around.
Okay. Well, because at one point, didn't they, claim that he wasn't
They
dead?
tried to make it look like he
He was dead, but he
Okay.
wasn't.
Okay.
Just some trick photography. People are eating the zombie on top, the dead guy on top.
He's going to be a dad, too. That's the other thing that was happening.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm very excited for the return. So,
Yes.
Walking Dead Sunday, 9 o'clock, AMC.
At 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
They'll probably do a marathon of the first half of the season up to that
A
point.
Valentine's Day
Yeah,
marathon.
of eating people.
Great.
Eat your hearts out.
Chocolate
everybody
covered
else.
brains. That's what we need for
We
Valentine's.
should. They have
Ow.
hearts.
No,
Hearts,
is
yes.
that like chocolate covered protein? Is there some kind of added benefit to it?
Well, some people don't have a lot of brains, so I guess give them everything they can get.
Now, one thing to note, if you're going to eat brains, they're very high in cholesterol. So get your cholesterol checked afterwards. All you zombies out there could resist.
Grody people.
But
Okay. Well, on that note, I believe that's all we have for this week.
What
Thank
a
you for
bad
joining
note
us.
to leave on.
Leave it. We're going to leave you
It's
on
a
high
cliffhanger.
cholesterol.
We'll talk about Walking Dead next week.
Yes, we will. Absolutely. So, on behalf of the Smashcast here at Smash Comics and Games, I'm Bill Clare.
I'm the commissioner,
I guess I'm that girl.
the girl.
The girl.
The
Hey.
girl.
All right.
And don't forget to come get your Deadpool merchandise at the store.
Yes, that movie.
Yes, we will
Go
have to
see
talk
it.
to that next
We'll
week.
talk about that next week,
Seriously.
too.
We may have to do a separate Smashcast for that altogether.
So we can curse.
Yes.
That was the best.
All right.
That's
Thank you.
that. Okay, see you later.
Bye.